Hey guys, AirsoftAl. I'm kind of messing around with my lighting here because I'm doing this, and I don't know if you can see or not. I'm gonna try and adjust the camera so I can get in the shot. I have with me today my barrel from my FAMAS, and I like the orange piece. Don't get me wrong. Just need to kind of modify it a bit. You can see dirt in there because it fell in the dirt. What I'm doing now is I'm going to be coloring this. You're gonna still see the orange here, so it can stay by legal standards of Tennessee. Just gonna leave it like this much here. Leave it like that much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna be using some modeling paint, which is flat gray. I'm gonna be using flat gray to give it that worn look, like the barrel's been worn away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some electrical tape here, and I'm going to just try and wrap it around once. Maybe twice or so, I don't know. There we go. Pain in the ass part, electrical tape, but you know what? It's well worth it. Here we go. Alright, so let's just go ahead and try and get this tape right. Here, there we go. Yeah, there she blows. And there she goes. She's in there, alright. Granted, I don't do the best symmetry when it comes to my tape, but you know what? That's just kind of how I am. So, yeah. So, what you want to do after you've, what I've done, what I've taped around here, is you want to take your brush, and my tape, I haven't used this paint in a while, so it's a little bit, you know, like that. What you want to do is you don't want to get too much on there, but what you want to do is you want to just carefully kind of paint it, you know, just not too much, like just little things here, like you seeing what I'm doing? Just like this, just like that. Just little strokes, just little tiny strokes. There we go. Just little tiny strokes. Granted, I'm messing up, but you know what? It gives to the wear look. It really does. Just give little strokes. There we go. Just give little strokes here. And now this is only the first layer, but if you want to, you can actually go like tape down like this. Just go tape down like that, right there. Just basically go tape down, just like this. There we go. Here we go, and just do like that. And if you want to get inside the creases, that's cool too. There we go. Now, I might just go ahead and fill in the little grooves there, just so I got that nice little bit of, you know, like a look, like it's been worn and it's just been through hell and back, and you know, it's just looks like that. You know, I might do that. Now, something I want to explain to you guys is flat paint means it'll stick to plastic. Okay, that's something that a lot of people don't know. That's what flat paint is. Flat paint sticks to plastic and things like that. And plastic is pretty good. What the stuff does is it seeps into the plastic and actually like digs in there. It actually does that. Now, you want to just, the reason I do the fast strokes is because, once again, I just want to give it that nice little bit, but you want to be careful because you don't want to get like this. Like, I did this on purpose for you. You don't want to get like the exposing orange. You don't want to get that. That's for the second layer. But then again, it's just a two-layer process. Like the first layer of paint's just there to you know, do that. There you go. Just want to do that. Now, I am doing this over my desk, and you're hearing probably an Xbox in the background. That's because the Xbox is there, and I want to mix up my paint a little bit more because apparently the actual paint is starting to separate, because I've had this paint for about a year or so, and I never used it. So yeah, there's that. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to get the paint to like glob, because globbing paint is not a good thing. It really is not. And what you want to do first off is basically just go over the basic areas, and that's what you want to do, because you know that's kind of how it works. You want to go over the basic areas first, and then for much more detail you want to basically do that. Yeah. go. This is what I'm doing. Basically, getting in there, real nice and thin, real nice and detailed. And I'm not gonna lie, the paint is starting to come out good. The paint job is starting to look very nice. It is looking very, very nice. Like I said, this is just like the first layer in like a 2-layer job, which means you will have to do 2 layers of paint, or 2 coats in this sense. I'm still new to the painting world as well, but outside that though, I am painting this barrel to show you guys that you can paint a barrel. A lot of people use spray paint. I don't like to use spray paint. I like to actually use modeling paint because it gives it a more robust look. I mean, yes, okay, I understand, in the battlefield, you don't have modeling paint to actually paint over your gun, but, I just think it gives it a much more, like, actual good tone look, because it looks pretty amazing that way, it really does. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to try and touch up some spots here, what I can, with the paint I got. Here we go, just touch up a little bit of spots here and there. Go. And then once again, get some paint over here. Granted, I am going over the line. I am getting some seams, but oh well. And there we go. We have a nice little painted barrel. Still needs another coat of paint, but it will be very nice, very done. And I am going to do like a worn look to it. I'm going to do first a good look because I want to... Hey guys, AirsoftAl here, and I am back now, and the paint has indeed dried a bit. Definitely dried a bit. So we're going to be adding in the second coat now, which is always the fun part. Not really, actually. It's always never fun. Right, well, let's just go ahead and get the brush in there. Nice and very nice and good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it on its side, and I know that the lighting may seem different. It's because I moved the camera. And what we're going to do is we're going to touch up some of the spots, and then we are going to try and make it just a little bit more realistic, almost with the worn look. Because later on I'm going to be adding in nice little bits of like metallic gray almost into it. But what we're doing right now is we are touching up the spots that need to be touched up, basically. Because that's what we're doing now. We are just touching up the spots that need to be a little bit touched up. And we're trying to make it as natural as possible. And I know that might seem ridiculous to all of you out there who's like, oh, Al, these are just toys. They're just toys. Well, you might never know. You might know a guy who actually likes to use guns as canvases. I know a guy who likes to use guns for canvases, and he makes beautiful art with it. So, yeah, there's that. You ever consider that, Yankee Doodle? But anyway, once this is done, we will have a very beautiful styled barrel, nicely done. And I know I'm probably trying to sound like I'm imitating Bob Ross. I'm not trying to, guys. I am just trying to calmly narrate while I'm painting this, because one little mistake and could screw up the whole thing, and we don't want that. So yeah. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm going to blind you for a second, because I really want to get this thing dried. And according to the flat paint thing, it doesn't take much to actually make it dry really fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blind you guys. I'm going to bring a light down here, a lamp, to try and extra dry this bad boy as much as possible. So yeah, here we go. Again, I am sorry for blinding you all, but I'm just trying to get this sucker as dry as possible. Flip her upside down now. I'm just going to do a 360. Yep, here we go. I'm just doing that best I can without getting too close to the paint. And what this does is the heat from the light actually helps dry the paint a little bit faster, and it really does work. So I'm going to turn you guys off, and I'm going to continue doing this. Shit, I just touched the glass with the paint. I'm going to turn you guys off and stop blinding you a little bit more, okay? Okay. Okay, so I'm in the process of drying my barrel, and I'm going to try and keep you out of the light as possible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the barrel every so often like this to here in about like a minute. So every minute I'm going to, or every 2 minutes I'm going to move it to each one of the clocks from 12 to 8 to 6 and then to 3. Okay? Okay. So yeah, right now I'm going to try and keep my brush from touching the tanks, and I will see you guys in a much more efficient way possible of drying the barrel. So it's going to be roughly a 30-minute process to about an hour, and I will let you know how long it took, the process, and if it does take about an hour, then congratulations, you just did this within an hour, within 2 hours. You hear me right. Well, not really 2 hours, about an hour and a half, maybe, because it was about 30 minutes for it to air dry, and with this, it'll probably take less time. So, yeah, and time to switch over the barrel. There we go. Boop. And the electrical tape helps keep it mounted very well. Alright, well, I will be seeing you guys in a jump cut. Well, guys, take a look. It turned out pretty good. I kind of went a little overboard on the, in the flash hider, the inners of it, but it is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. This is my first time actually painting a barrel, and I know the lines are a bit uneven. I'm sorry for that. It's just how the tape was. But let me tell you now, everything about it is pretty damn good. And the cool thing is that over time, it'll like chip and what have you, and it will do pretty good. So, yeah, that was my first tutorial on painting a barrel. Yeah, and I will be applying this to all my other airsoft guns with very brightly orange barrels. But I'm not going to use the gray. The reason I wanted to use the gray was because I wanted to get the original color of the FAMAS barrel, because the end piece of the FAMAS was in fact a very not shiny gray or silver. It was just the steel. The end of the barrel, the flash hider itself was steel. So I wanted to get that little bit of that. I want to get that. So yeah, I'm happy how the barrel turned out. I am just so freaking amazed that it turned out that way. Who knows? I might actually, I'm trying to think exactly. I might actually do a magazine. I might actually paint my magazines, or I might paint the USMC. Sorry, if the USMC PDW. I might paint that a different color. Might give it a good little paint scheme. Might do some other things. I am going to be doing a lot of stuff, guys. I will not touch my M16, though. My M16 is a no-go from there, but I'm just happy how the FAMAS barrel turned out, and it looks pretty amazing. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on another How to Paint. Hopefully a very good series. I hope.